All right, that represents trade number 25. No, in fact, I believe it's trade number 26. Let me verify the exact number. I'll be right back. Yes, sit tight. Okay, so that is correct. Trade number 26. Trade number 26. So this is Mark Fuller. This is the Blueprint Project. This is Team Alliance. That represents the second trade now within the next flip. So we got another 4 trades or so remaining before we get to the $3,200 level approximately in this account. Around about 4 trades or so left. And at that point, it will complete the I think it's the 5th flip, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because the first flip was 1 to 2, then 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and then 16 to 32. Yeah, so yeah, that on the next flip, that'll complete the 5th flip. The reason that I'm bringing up the flipping aspect of the project is because what I'm doing within the scaling up process is each time that the account turns over, meaning that it doubles in size, I scale up to the next contract size that will give maximum value, meaning the account size doubles. Once that happens, I double the contract size. And I just continue to do this process starting from the $100 level in the account. The reason that that's so powerful is because you're talking about being in position skill wise to take $100 and just repeatedly turn it over by executing skill in the market. Like, we're not talking about gambling or, being lucky, guessing. We're talking about taking actual skill, interpretation of market movement, the ability to read the market, the ability to speak the language of the market, to interpret its movement, how it's moving, the environment that it falls into, the condition that it falls into, that ultimately will lead to a profitable trade utilizing a very specific instrument that we trade, which is the 5-minute binary option. So these options give plenty of opportunities because they keep, cycling over every 5 minutes. Now, whether there's going to be an actual trade for you, that's a different question, because there's a lot of things that go into whether or not you can actually take a trade, such as the nuances of the platform, whether there's pricing available on the option at the time, not to mention the way that the market is actually moving, which determines the pricing of the option when it's all said and done. The amount of volatility in the market, the lack of volatility in the market. There's so many different variances and variables and, different things that go on in the market that you have to interpret. You have to know what it means. I can't reiterate that enough. People ask me literally every day, well, Mark, how long is it going to take me to figure out how to do, what I see you doing? If you commit to the actual training, it's not going to take you as long as you think it will, because you're allowing the training literally to get into your system. You're going to train at the subconscious level. You're going to train at the conscious level. If you're obsessive the way that I am, I obsess over training. Like, I overdo it. Why? Because I want to be the best. I want to be the best at winning. I want to be able to win consistently. I want to be able to take a small amount of capital, like $100, and flip it as many times as I want to. Not for bragging rights, but just to prove a point. That it's skill that's doing it. It's not luck. It's skill that's doing it. It's not guessing. not guesswork, skill work. This is the whole purpose of the blueprint. This is why I started this project, because I wanted to take you guys from the very beginning as far as what you need to begin with. Of course, it has to be training. Why would it be anything else? You don't just get a strategy and, here's a strategy. Good luck. You got to be conditioned to even see the market a certain way. You got to be conditioned to not care about the money. You can't think about the money and the contract size and what your account size is. You can't even think about your balance. You can't think about the money that's in there. You literally got to be willing to risk it all because you're that confident in your skill. Are you ready to do that? Are you at the point where you just don't care at all about the potential of a loss because you've positioned yourself to avoid losses in the market? Everything that you're doing in the beginning, your intent is to figure out how to avoid losses, how to avoid losing situations, not how to win. There's way more ways to lose than there are to win. So you're being trained and conditioned to learn how not to lose. There's a big difference. Just sit tight. Hold on. Okay, I had to take that call. I apologize. But let me wrap this up. So, once again, Blueprint Project is in full effect. More the same. Consistent winning. Just demonstrating the skill. You guys are getting an opportunity to see how the market is looking in all of these trades. So there's a lot of study material for you throughout this project. All of these videos are educational. That's what I continue to stress and to reiterate. There's a lot of knowledge and information and just observing how the market looks when I'm taking these trades. So I want you guys to pay, close attention to that. Pay attention to the details of how the market was looking. Look at how the environment was. Look at how the behavior was. Look at all of these different things in the market at the time of the trade. A lot of education to be had just from that alone. All right. So, those of you who are looking to train, all of that information you'll see underneath the video in the description box. I haven't really been talking that much about, you guys getting into training as of yet, because I'm really just focusing on, completing this project. Right now, we're still in the growth phase. So we're still in the build the account phase. That's where I'm at right now. On this flip coming up, like after these next 4 trades are completed and this account is around 3,200 or so. I may continue on from there, or that might be enough actually to shift into the income phase. It really depends on what you are looking to do, yourself, and what you feel confident enough to do. I'm very confident when I'm trading, so I'm not worried about what is quote unquote at risk as far as the account goes and all of the normal things that anyone would worry about. I've conditioned myself not to be concerned with that. I'm more so conditioned with along the lines of how is the market actually looking at the time? How is the movement? What's the behavior? What's the environment? Is there an opportunity within that environment? These things, all of the things that ultimately lead to there not being risk in the trade that you select. This is powerful, man. Powerful stuff. I mean, just think about what you're doing. You're actually learning and developing a skill that basically positions you to be conditioned to not be affected by the fear of losing at all. You're not even thinking about a loss. As a matter of fact, you're conditioning yourself to avoid losing situations in the market because you understand what the market does that would lead to a loss. And you're learning how to stay in the zone where you just don't care about, how much money you're putting on a trade, because you're more aware of what the market is doing, which gives you the confidence in the trade that you end up taking, which ultimately leads to the win. More money in the account continuously building, You know, we're in the growth phase, so the account is growing. Once we shift into the income phase, you guys will see. Once you're in the income phase, you built up the account to a point. Now you're in position to trade at a certain number of contracts. Every trade that you take, income. That's a withdrawal right there that you can make. Boom. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So you guys stay tuned. More to come. Blueprint project. Like I said, we got about 4 trades left for this next flip. And I'll see where I'm going to go from there, you know, once I get there. But you guys stay tuned. More to come. Mark Fuller, Team Alliance. I'll see you guys in the next video for the next trade. Peace.